I beat Supersonic by Xanthic Alpha and more, and I'm making this video to just express my thoughts on this level, and I'll probably do this for all my future new hardists. So right away, I don't suggest you do this as your first Insane Demon. Be a good boy and beat something like Windy Landscape. In my opinion, this level is 40% Insane Demon. That's my personal ranking of how far into a rating a level is. If it's something like 10%, then it's an entry to that rating. But anyways, I find this in between easy to normal Insane Demon, but it's still a level you should beat. So Glitter Shroom's ship is not that hard, and you won't find this part that hard unless you get the coin, but overall it's very consistent. Then Jazor's wave, and this wave feels so much tighter than it is, and I don't know why. Just learn it and move on. The UFO afterwards can be completely ruined because wave into literally anything is a bad transition. If you enter the UFO portal in a weird way, that can buff the UFO pretty high. So I'd suggest to hold going up into the portal, but make sure the wave hits around the middle of the portal. If you do all that right, the part itself is very consistent. It's just something you have to practice. Then Samsara's cube comes up, and this is a small break before the next part. The first half of the ball part is also free, it's just letting you rest before the first real choke point, 27 to 30. This is the first part that I call garbage. You just have to put 100% of your attention when you get to this part, and click all the orbs you're supposed to hit right in the middle. The wave afterwards is weird, to say the least. Just click less than you think you have to, but still consistently click. And also get the coin, why not? Then we get to the slow part, which is way easier than you might think. Trust me, it becomes muscle memory after a while. The only click that's actually hard is the 40% jump, but other than that, it's chill. Then the level speeds up again, and this is the second hardest part for me. I struggled so much learning this part. The 47% transition especially took me a long time to master. So just remember to practice this part before going from 0. After that, we get to the duels, which after 5 minutes of learning, both duels will flow like water. I actually consider this a break before the next part, and I rarely died here from 0. After the duels, we get to a very controversial part in the level, the G-Boy transition. It's actually hella easy if you play it. I mean, yeah, you might die to it, but it's really not that hard. Just make sure to hit the platform at 67% so you can easily go through the normal portal. G-Boy's part after the transition is actually really easy, until he decided to put a pretty stressful click at the very end. Now we get to the 5-second Xanthic Alpha wave, which is the easiest part of the level, and once again, why not get the coin? Then we get to the Viper Memory Ball, and much like the duels, after a couple of minutes of practice, it'll flow easily. Just take a breath when going through this part because you're about to get to the last 15%. After all that, we get to the third hardest part of the level in my opinion. And all I can say is when falling down at 89%, click faster than you think but don't buffer. Now we get to the last part of the level, and it has to be the hardest part. It is so stressful to do since you're at the end. The only tip I can give you is do the last ship to 100 a couple of times before going from 0. That way the chances of you dying at the end are less. Now that's all I have to say about this level really. I rate this level an 8.5 out of 10, but my experience was a 5 out of 10. Anyways, here's the completion, which I will be using a piano cover for because I don't want to get copyright claimed. I'll link my completion with the original audio in the description if you want to check that out. But anyways, on with the completion.